everyone, Rebecca here with Scrapbook.com, and I'm here with a National Scrapbook Day 2014 bonus challenge. It's a technique challenge, but it's very easy, simple, anyone can do it, and it's based on a technique that is very hot and trendy right now, which is watercolors. If you go to the store, you're going to find watercolors everywhere, on home decor, t-shirts, beach towels, greeting cards, you name it. The scrapbooking manufacturers have risen to the challenge and have created papers and embellishments with watercolors as well, but you can make your own. So today I'm going to show you that you can use a watercolor set. This one is from American Crafts, or you can go raid your kids' set. But something even better is to use something that's already in your stash, which is water-soluble mist. Water-soluble mist is just mist that is based in water rather than alcohol, and you can water it down and make your own watercolors, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So to start using your mists as watercolors, you do need a variety of mists. I'm sure lots of people have a bunch in their stash. I like the Hero Arts sprays. Those are water-soluble. And I also really like the Heidi Swapp Color Shine sprays. They are also water soluble, which means you can mix them with water and make them into watercolors. The Heidi Swapp does have a little iridescence to it, which makes for an interesting watercolor look as well. Now, I really like this Tim Holtz Ranger Distress Ink palette, but you don't have to use this. You can use tiny little paper cups from mouthwash or whatever you want. This is nice because it's got so many different little pots that you can make lots of colors at the same time. Of course, you'll also need brushes. You can use any brushes that you have. I like this Kaiser Craft set because it has a variety of sizes. So what you're going to do is start with your palette or your cups, and you're just going to put a little bit of water in there. Then pick your mist color, shake it up, make sure it's ready to go. And you're just going to add a couple of drops to a pot that has water in it. And then you'll take your brush and mix it up, and you have a perfect watercolor right there. So if you want, you can use cardstock, you can use any kind of paper to watercolor on. This is fun because it's an embossed cardstock. You could emboss your own cardstock with your own pattern. This one has big round circles on it, so it's really fun if you have a couple of different colors and you just color over the dots. Then you get this really neat, when it dries, sort of watercolor splotch effect. And I'm going to show you exactly how it turns out. Check this out. This is exactly how you would see watercolor splotches in the store, right? And then you can use a black pen and you can doodle or write sentiments over the top, and you have a really cute effect. Now, I've done this with a card. You can also stamp over the top of the watercolor splotches, and the black ink really stands out well when you do that. So that's one way to use your new watercolors. You can also use a plain sheet of cardstock that's not embossed, and something else that's fun is to get, say, another couple of colors going, and you can start just doing long brush strokes, just like this. See how pretty it is when it dries? It's just a really neat, soft effect. And so if you start adding more colors in, you get a really neat background for your layouts. And I've done that here. On this layout, you can see I've used a piece of cardstock. It is going to warp a little bit from the water. That's okay. It just adds more texture to your layout. So you can do the rainbow of colors for the background. It goes really nicely with this Simple Stories summer line and just really draws attention to the colors of summer. One last example that you can do is you can take pre-made embellishments and you can watercolor on top of those as well. I have these pocket cards from Simple Stories DIY collection, and these die cuts from Simple Stories DIY collection. And they're purposefully made white and cream so that you can mist on them, paint on them, draw on them, whatever you want. So one thing that's fun to do, again, is to get a couple of colors going, and this time instead of actually painting, you're just going to splatter. But if you splatter with the mist, it's going to be very dark. This splatter is going to be a much lighter look, and then all you have to do is grab a paper towel and mat on top of it, and you're going to see how really pretty the watercolor looks when you do that. So you take a brush, you dip, and you do some splatters, and then you take a paper towel and just press it down, and when you remove it, you have that nice light look. So you do a couple of different colors layered on top of each other, press down, and you get that really pretty look. And you can see that I've done that here on this pocket. Basically, all I did was use two different colors, the blues and the yellows, splattered, and then removed it. But the last fun thing that you can do, which I did here, is brush lettering. Brush lettering is very hot in scrapbooking right now, and it's super easy to do. Just take your very thin brush and paint letters. And again, the way I did it here was I painted my letters and then I outlined it in a black marker. Makes it really pop and stand out, and it looks really cool over the other watercolored areas. So that's just a third technique. You can see here at the top, I've also done that watercolor effect where I've splattered it and removed it with the paper towel and then laid a Simple Stories clear sticker over top, and it really just pops and stands out. So that's how you use your mists to watercolor on your projects. I hope you've enjoyed this technique tutorial, and I'd love to see your layouts and projects loaded up to the gallery.